Germany, because of its leadership, and that's what it requires. It does require leadership. It's not just popular sentiment. Has done, in my view, a great thing by taking in a lot of immigrants to the point where it's obviously difficult for the country. There's no doubt about that. But in the long term, just as in the United States, immigration has made this country. And the idea that we're going to treat immigrants this way, even rhetorically, I just feel like it's not only not my party, but in some ways, it's suddenly become not my country.
From the Friday sort of shock disclosure on this another FBI look at Hillary Clinton's emails, we've seen the enthusiasm gap between the two candidates widen quite substantially. So while we see Trump voters and more Republicans sort of coming home in these last days, we see more who we would have predicted Hillary Clinton voters becoming a little bit less enthusiastic about their candidate. The problem with Donald Trump's candidacy isn't the economic policies he's outlined, it's his unpredictability. And people just do not know whether we'd launch into a trade war with China, for example, or what kind of foreign policy we'd enter into. That's boosts the markets, and that's where you might see a serious move downward on Wednesday.
I think for me, the greatest threat for transatlantic security is, when I look at the other side of the Atlantic now, is a disunited Europe. A Europe that's even more fragmented, as it is already. A Europe that slides into even more desolidarization. A Europe that becomes a ping pong ball in between interests of Moscow, Washington, Ankara. You can go even further, probably even Beijing. So that's my main fear.
Welcome to Canada for US Americans who flee their country after Trump victory. That's what the caricaturist of the Ottawa Citizen expects.
Japan only has one military ally, the United States. And they see the alliance as indispensable to keep China's more and more aggressive territorial claims and North Korea in check. Therefore, the Japanese want a president who firmly stands to the obligations of the Security Treaty. And for the Japanese, this candidate is Hillary Clinton and not Donald Trump.
And the Japanese government doesn't have any access and any personal connections to the Donald Trump's camp. Over 90% of Japanese people don't like him. So maybe that's why they want to put some distance between them and him.
And I do think having a female president is important regardless of the political, regardless of whether she's Democrat or Republican.
I do think that she receives a little bit more strident opposition, which is influenced by a little bit of gender bias and sexism, but I do think that the concerns about Hillary Clinton are very valid.